Good evening and welcome in to the Max Stern Athletic Center. I'm Yehoshua Segal, joined by my longtime colleague, first-time broadcast partner, David Schwartzman. David, good evening to you.
Yehoshua, you can't see under this mask. I am smiling ear to ear. It's awesome to be back in this building, watching this team. You know, you're used to calling this game next to Jacob Dower. I got some big shoes to fill, but hopefully I can make him proud. Hopefully he's watching, and I'm really pumped to be calling this game with you tonight.
Well, it's great to be here as well. Let's talk about last Sunday's game. Why you traveled to Rochester, 12-hour round trip commute. But at the end of the day, they escaped with a narrow victory and became the sixth-ranked team while extending their the sixth-ranked team in the country while extending their win streak to 32 in a row.
You know, a couple years ago, Russell Westbrook in an interview spoke about he was actually asked, "Did you guys lose the game or did the other team win the game?" And he said, "That's a ridiculous question. Watching that game on Sunday, that's how I felt. I felt as if that Max team almost lost that game, not that Rochester almost won it." So the Max, they're coming off a very, very close game. And what I always like to say is close games, I would not want to play a team that's coming off a close game like that and a near loss. So this is going to be a fun game tonight between USMMA and the Max.
So let's set the stage for tonight. Two teams very familiar with each other. A lot of returning players for the Mariners, a Skyline Conference rival. Let's talk a little bit about them.
Yeah, so you know, the Max coming in tonight, they're coming in off, as I just said, tough game the other day, and they're going to try to set the stage up tonight against their Skyline Conference rivals, the USMMA Mariners. Whereas the Mariners coming in tonight, they haven't played in a tremendous amount of time. They haven't played since the end of November. So they're looking to get themselves on the board tonight against their Skyline Conference rivals. That game in November, not so close. They lost by a large margin. So they're going to come here tonight. They're looking to win. They're fresh. They're looking to win. They've got a lot of nice pieces. So that's what they're coming here tonight to do.
All right, let's continue on to D's keys for the Yeshiva University Maccabees. What do the Max need to do to get it done tonight?
You know, watching the other game, it seemed like they got away from those basics that they learned. You know, that offense that Coach Steinmetz loves to drill into these guys. So these Max need to get back to the basics. They need to be playing those fundamentals, that fundamental motion offense that we've all hear so much about. Hopefully I'll get into that a little bit later into the broadcast. But they want to get back into those things that they know. Backdoor cuts, off-ball screens, moving the ball fast. I'll speak about that a little later. But that's what they want to get back to.
And on the flip side, what do the Mariners need to do in order to walk out of the Max Stern Athletic Center with a victory?
So last year, these two teams met twice, right? They met once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. In that playoff game, they didn't play all too bad against these Max and gave them a little bit of a run for their money. So the difference between game one and game two really came down to a higher tempo in that second game. Wouldn't be surprised if tonight we see a similar type of tempo that we saw in that second game, that quarterfinal game last year.
Well, there you have it. That's the pregame. Thank you for joining us. Coming up right after this is Yeshiva University Maccabees against the Merchant Marine Mariners.
Hey Max fans, it's Joseph Gittler, class of '96 at YU and founder and chairman of Leket Israel. A great way to help the needy in Israel this year for Purim is by purchasing our Leket e or print Purim cards, and also by donating funds to Leket for use on Purim Day as your matanot le'evyonim. Go Max!
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Since its inception in 1986, the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Whether you want to get back to playing sports again or simply walk around pain-free, the PMR Center is here for you. We'll help you feel like yourself again. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
You are now listening to the Yeshiva League Pass Tip-Off.
You don't really understand what the name's about, you're probably in the wrong place.
Tell me all the pressure's on. Pressure's a privilege.
Whoever decided to put brisket and whatever this sauce is on
yeah,
fries,
I keep looking at that one. That's the only one that I actually kind of want to sit here and try.
tremendous.
And welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. I'm Yehoshua Segal, joined by David Schwartzman, getting you set here for some Wednesday night action. The Mariners of Merchant Marine taking on the Yeshiva University Maccabees.
Yeah, and before the game, we got word that for a second straight night, Ofek Reef will not be playing in the game. So we will be seeing who they play instead of him. But he's obviously a key part of this team and a key part of their schemes that they play.
Yeah, let's set the lineups for you. The starting lineups are sponsored by the Yeshiva University Office of Admissions. As you start your college journey, make sure you visit us online to check out all the great virtual events and opportunities we have for YU students and how you too can be a Maccabee. For the visiting United States Merchant Marine Academy Mariners, the starters will be as follows. James Walsh, a senior, he'll wear number 3. Gavin Green, a freshman, number 10. Number 14, Blaine McDonough, he's a junior. And to round it out, it'll be Bryce Bristow, number 22, the freshman. And along with junior forward, number 34, Jack Bucher.
Yeah, and James Walsh is the guy you want to look out for tonight. Last year when these two teams met, it seemed as if Terrell and Walsh were matched up against each other. And when we spoke to Coach Pryor a couple days ago, he said that wasn't the intention, and basically saying that Ryan Terrell, Gabe Leichter, these are guys that are basically impossible to guard. So it's kind of like a defense by committee for this Mariners team.
And on the other side, we mentioned Ofek Reef out of the lineup. The starters for the Maccabees will be Gabriel Leichter, Ryan Terrell, Eitan Halpert, Matan Zucker, and Adi Markovich.
Yeah, no surprise that Gabe Leifer's out there. The man is logging quite a few minutes, averaging just about 17 minutes per game. And yeah, he's put in 111 minutes out of a total of 120. So he has been playing quite a lot through the first 3 games.
We'll get you set. As we mentioned, it's the Mariners' first real game. They have played an exhibition game, but in terms of ones that officially count for the NCAA, tonight will be their first action. They had a bunch postponed. Yeshiva saw a very similar pattern at the beginning of their season where they had a bunch pushed off, and they're getting ready to play their 4th official game.
I want to correct myself. 37 minutes per game. So 17 was more of the half. He's averaging 37 minutes per game out of a possible 40. That is quite a lot for the senior.
All right, maybe it's because of the shortened season. Who knows? But he's been playing great. Even had a triple-double a couple games ago. And, the Maccabees stand at 3-0 coming into the night. They're feeling pretty good. 32-game win streak. Number 6 in the country. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, when you're talking about a guy like Leifer who sees the court so well and is so big, triple-doubles kind of don't surprise me so much. He's passing the ball efficiently. He's rebounding. He's obviously getting in those double-digit points. Doesn't surprise me when he goes up for, he's getting about, last year he was getting a double-double almost every game, so it doesn't surprise me when he gets that triple-double.
The tip is won by the Mariners. It's Walsh controlling. It's now Bucher, top of the key he gives for Bristow. Bristow will take the shot over Terrell, no good. And pulled down by Markovich. Cross court to Terrell. And now ends up downstairs to Halpert. Matan Zucker has been a quality starter the first 3 games. Had a nice game last game. 11 points, 9 rebounds. As Ryan Terrell will try the 3, no good. Board taken by McDonough.
Yeah, Ryan took a lot of shots last game, so already off to that kind of start tonight.
And Gavin Green, ball gets stuck.
I spoke about before how this team wants to get back to the motion and back to the basics, and on that possession right there for the Macs, it seemed like a little bit more movement for them.
Downstairs to Terrell, now back for Zucker. And Halpert gets it all the way around the horn, ends up underneath, but Zucker, the layup, bounces halfway down and comes out.
Yeah, and that's just the freshness of the rookie Zucker, not able to convert on that, but a nice sequence there for the Macs.
Gavin Green gives for Booker. McDonough, who Yeshiva has become all familiar with, gets it back, goes up lefty, rejected by Terrell. Terrell for Halpert. He'll drive baseline back to Terrell, and Terrell lays it in, 2-0 Maccabees.
Yeah, that's what USMMA does not want today. They don't want those easy looks for Terrell. That was a little bit too easy for him on that pass, that assisted lay-in there for Terrell.
McDonough will back down, goes up top for Booker. He'll pull up from the elbow, no good, and rebounded by Leichter.
Again, if USMMA wants to be in this game, they're going to have to hit those open looks that Booker had there, so not the best start that the Mariners would have wanted.
Markovic controls in the corner, gives for Terrell, draws a double, counted, and the basket for Ryan Terrell.
Yeah, that's too easy. Ryan coming in significantly bigger than he was last year, and clearly he now can size up just about anyone down low. That you can't let that happen for USMMA, and if you're Coach Steinmetz and the Max, you're loving what you're seeing so far.
Looks like that's been the strategy. Keep putting it in the post and seeing what happens. It's worked so far. Terrell can't convert the three-point play as he scored all 4 of the max points. Bristow almost taken away by Markovic, but he gets it back. He'll drive it himself. The scoop layup. Nice play.
Yeah, Bristow was one of those guys from last game, put up 9 points against Army, and the freshman really showed what he had, and this is a new face that maybe the Max aren't used to yet.
Eitan Halper, good from 3.
Man, Eitan Halper in those first 2 games was so electric for these Max. Last game a little quieter, so it's nice to see him off to that start, hitting that 3 from the corner.
Yeah, he's really coming to his own this year as Walsh goes up, and it's out of bounds off of Yeshiva.
You know, I mentioned that motion before, and I've been thinking about this all week. I want to explain the motion. It's a game of hot potato. You don't want the ball in your hands. You want to pass that ball off. If you don't have the ball, you're trying to set off-ball screens. What you're trying to do is catch the defense off guard.
Walsh, the underneath layup. He's got it. Markovic downstairs to Leichter. He converts it.
Yeah, there's not much you could do against that Leichter. Just like Coach Pryor said, you have Gabe Leichter, you have Ryan Terrell. Very hard to defend both at the same time.
I'm sure a point of emphasis after Yeshiva missed a bunch of layups against Rochester. They've really been converting from the low post early on here.
Yeah, we saw an interesting stat that the last time,
as Gavin Green knocks down the 3, USMMA cuts the lead to just 2.
So this team emphasizes assisted lay-ins. So the other day,
Ryan Terrell throws it down.
Ryan doesn't want to let me to get my thought out, but the last game against Rochester, they had 3 assisted layups. Last time that happened against Occidental last year, we all know what happened that game.
As Gavin Green hits the deck, it'll be a foul on Markovic. Ryan Terrell, a human highlight reel, as one may say.
Yeah, he obviously, as a sophomore last year, led Skyline in quite a few scoring measures, and so far this year, last year he averaged about 23 points per game. This year he's already averaging 27. So
James Walsh can't connect from 3. 10 on the shot clock for the Mariners. Walsh gets doubled up top. Shot clock winding down. They got to put it up. McDonough doesn't realize, and a good defensive stand from the Maccabees.
Yeah, defense is going to be one of those things they stress as well. Played a good defensive game against Rochester, did this Max team. But, you got guys in here like Adi Markovic who really do play a nice brand of defense.
Markovic downstairs for Leichter. He'll try it again. No, goes to the corner for Zucker. Ring around the Rosie, goes back up top to Leichter. And now it'll be Halper, wing 3, bottom!
Ring around to Rosie, a pocket full of posies, and that was so beautifully done by the Maccabees.
Good defense from Adi Markovic as the Mariners will claim bound. Walsh catches the baseline. That's Bristow. Some nice handles, but can't complete it. And it leaks out. Walsh thinks about it. It'll go up top. Bucher will finally take it, and he nails it from the elbow.
Nice shot by Bucher, but Bristow there. Nice show of athleticism from the freshman. Really a nice piece for this Mariners team.
Yeah, showing off those handles. Max by 5. Leichter will take it back downstairs. He gets doubled. Adi Markovic frees a 3. No good. Mariners control. That's Bucher downstairs to Bristow. And now it leaks out. Corner 3 is long for Gavin Green. Eitan Halpert for Zucker. Inside to Terrell, goes up strong, and 1, Ryan Terrell.
Yeah, Ryan slicing and dicing there to the hoop. He got right between 2 guys and got that and 1. Really nice play. Just as I was saying before, that bulk from Ryan's been really big for him so far this year down low.
We got substitutions on both sides. Josh Kaufman seeing his first action for the Mariners. And Nadav Altit will see his first action for the Maccabees.
Yeah, Altit played a pretty nice amount of minutes last time. Progressively over the last couple of games, played about 5 minutes last time total. So he's been Coach Steinmetz has been going to him quite a lot.
They're going to call a lane violation against Terrell. As Terrell will take a seat, Max Leibowitz will check in. Mariners will call timeout, 14 minutes to play. We're going to send it over to our sideline reporter, S.J. Tannenbaum. We are back, 14 minutes to play in the first half. Max by 7.
Yeah, and I mean the Max. This is going the Max way so far. Just like we were saying, last game they were trying to play a little bit too much hero ball, and today they're getting away from that a nice amount. On the other hand, USMMA, the Mariners missing a couple of open looks. Max are giving them a couple of open looks. If the Max got to kind of buckle down on defense, and Mariners got to start hitting those open shots.
Mariners will inbound. That's Gavin Green running the point for Merchant Marine. And I think they're going to say side out. I don't know why. Maybe because I called a timeout. They were supposed to inbound it from there originally. Let's see if they reset the shot clock. Right now it's stuck on 25. But I don't have any answers for you.
You know, Segal, we don't always need you to have answers. We just need you to have good commentary.
Jesse Nellums coming into the game for Merchant Marine as James Walsh, long triple, doesn't go down. Rebounded by Leichter.
The Mariners want to get James Walsh going here. You know, he's one of their top scorers last year, averaging just about 13 points per game.
Altit for Markovic, thinks about it, and gives for Leichter. Back to Markovic, had a cutting. Lots of passing. That's the motion office at its best as Altit takes it to the rim and lays it in.
Yeah, nice look from Altit there. Big guy and a big play.
Yeah, Altit super athletic. Showing it off there. Max by 9. That's McDonough. Goes lefty, goes up strong, rolls off the rim as Gabriel Leichter rips it down. Nice find to Max Leibowitz, but good defense from James Walsh. Possession remains with the Maccabees.
Yeah, these Macs love to find that open guy on a transition play. And that was a really nice pass from Gabe Leichter. We spoke about last year leading the conference in assists with just about 7 per game. So that's just Gabe Leichter at his best.
Altit rips it out of the air. Terrell backdoor to Markovic, but he can't handle it and turns it over.
A lot of hands on that one. I didn't have such a great view, but they'll call it out on Markovic. Markovic has really, we've heard his name a lot today. He's really gotten himself involved.
Nellums. And now it's downstairs McDonough. Top of the key, it's a 3, and it's no good as it rolls off for Kaufman. They've not shot the ball well from deep to start. Nellums for Walsh. Draws a double, goes cross court, and throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, nice defense. Nice defense there. Gabe Leichter out of the game now, so I'd love to see how these Macs like to play it when Gabe's out, because he's their true big man. So who are they going to go with here? Altit's in the game. He's a big guy, not as big, muscular as Gabe is.
Yeah, plays a little more on the perimeter.
Exactly. So interesting. It's interesting to see here how the Macs play defense with these 5.
Terrell over the head goes to Zucker. He gets it back, drives middle, and resets with Markovic. 10 on the shot clock. Markovic, strong take, can't get it to go.
Yeah, Markovic. Good take from the little guy there.
Walsh, the step back, doesn't take it as Bucher will drive himself. Isaiah Nix for Nellums. Walsh will get it. 7 on the shot clock, time winding down. Jesse Nellums, the 3, can't get that one to go either as it leaks out to Markovic. Terrell, corner, Leibowitz, the 3. No good. And taken by Kaufman. Nellums, nice handles, but he runs straight into Terrell. And we're going to get an offensive as Max Leibowitz draws the charge.
Yeah, that's the type of grind you love to see. Nice offense play, nice setting of his feet there. Was a little bit close to being called for the foul on Leibowitz, but nice job setting his feet.
Jake Hatch will check in for the Mariners. And Altit will run the point for the Macs. Terrell for Leifer. Back to Terrell, the 3, no good. Look good from here. I guess our angle is better than the shot. As Walsh will drive it, the floater, bottom.
Yeah, beautiful fake there from Walsh on Terrell. Terrell, he was zipping and he was zopping. Walsh was zipping, Terrell was zopping, and it ended up being a nice bucket for Walsh.
Zucker, top of the key, he'll take it. No good. Don't see him shoot a lot. We don't see him shoot a lot from out there, but he was wide open, decided to take it. Ball goes up top to Nix. Now over to Walsh. Nellums all around the perimeter. But Jake Hatch comes up empty on the 3.
Yeah, you see a little bit of rust from this Mariners team. Haven't played in a long time.
Altit tries one of his own, can't get it to go. Yeah, and you mentioned the rust. Mariners not shooting it well from 3, but maybe the second quarter almost, with under 10 minutes to play in the first half, will bring different results. They're going to get a foul on Terrell. Coach Steinmetz not happy about it. It looked like he was hit in the face. Tough to see from here.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Really probably could have gone either way, but that was the correct call. That Ryan I think was in the wrong there.
Sammy Merkin seeing his first action is the hero from Sunday's game against Rochester.
Yeah, and I've been hearing this guy's name. People texting me, Sammy Merkin, where'd this guy come from? And he was super clutch in that game on Sunday.
Yeah, shot 2 for 3, had probably the 2 biggest threes of the game down the stretch. A 3 from the corner doesn't go down for Kaufman. As Terrell gives for Leichter. Leifer's doubled. Great pass to Zucker. Nice finish underneath.
Yeah, great pass to Zucker, obviously, but a nice finish. We weren't seeing that last game, that finish on that pass, and that was a really nice finish from Zucker.
Max back up by 9 as Kaufman gives for Nix. Good defense from Zucker. Tries to rip it out. Gabe Leichter eventually does, and now it's Ryan Terrell on the open floor. Terrell, the foul. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Once again, nice pass to Terrell on the open court. Boy, Nix has been a problem for this Max team down low. Sizing them up. He's been a nice match for Gabe Leichter. Let's watch him. Let's see what he does as this game progresses. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Nix.
Yeah, the junior forward stands at 6'6". He's got length and he's got size.
You know, between Nix and the rest of this team, the athleticism I'm seeing tonight, different than what we've seen, in previous years. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from this US MMA squad.
Lots of changes for the Mariners, as it looks like they have a bunch, 4 to 5 starters. Walsh not out there, but Nellums is. Terrell can't get the second one to drop.
Yeah, Terrell's usually money from the free throw line. Not tonight, a little rusty with that shot from the line.
Nellums doubled by Merkin and Zucker, but he somehow gets rid of it. As Bristow gives it back, goes downstairs, that's McDonough. Going up strong, nice finish from Blaine McDonough.
Yeah, you want to talk about a guy that Coach Pryor wants to answer Ryan Terrell or Gabe Leichter with? That's McDonough, and that was a really nice offensive play there for the big man.
Leichter throws it high underneath for Terrell. He's blocked, gets it back, goes up again, can't get it to go, and McDonough comes down with the board. A chance to cut it to 5 for the Mariners as Booker running all over the floor, gives to McDonough, and now back up top for Green. Booker corner. And the 3 goes down for Bryce Bristow, the first of the night for the Mariners.
Yeah, Mariners inching their way back into this game. Nice 3. That's what they got to do. They got to hit those open shots.
It's a 5-point game, just under 8 minutes to play in this first half. Merkin surveying the floor. Gives for Leichter. Leichter backs down McDonough. And now Terrell will drive it. Up top, Gabe Leichter, the 3. Hits a whole bunch of real estate up there as Zucker comes down with the rebound, gets his own miss, and unfortunately can't get it to go again.
3 strikes, you're out, and Matan Zucker with a nice couple of opportunities there, couldn't convert.
Yeah, the Demons of Rochester hanging around up here in Washington Heights. As Gabe Leichter takes it away. Behind the back for Halpert. Halpert corner 3. Short, but gets his own miss. Gives for Terrell. He'll drive it. He goes up and under. What a finish from Ryan Terrell.
I mean, you can't make that stuff up. That'll be on highlight reels tomorrow morning. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that on Bruce Beck's Twitter tonight.
At the PMR Center, we strive to find the right physical therapy and hand therapy program for you. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Welcome back as we send it over to S.J. Tannenbaum.
What's going on, Max fans? Did you miss me? The Max have come off an exciting 70-63 victory against the University of Rochester this past Sunday, extending their historic win streak to 32 games. What you may not know is how exactly they got that victory. No, we know that Sammy American hit 2 exciting threes, but how was he enabled to get into that situation? Listen to this. With less than 4 minutes to go in the game against the University of Rochester, the game was tied and the Max had possession, so Coach Elliot Steinmetz took out Sammy Merkin, the transfer student from Columbia, subbed in Adi Markovic, the rookie from Israel, to gain from Markovic's offense. 20 seconds later, the Max were fouled and hit a free throw to go up by 1. So Steinmetz reversed that substitution, taking out Markovic and putting in Merkin to benefit from Merkin's defense. Eventually, Rochester got fouled and hit 2 free throws to go up by 1, and this is where the story gets interesting. You see, now that the Rochester was up by 1, Adi Markovic went to sit on Elliot Simons' seat, waiting to come back into the game in order to get the offense back. And when Simons meant to put Markovic back in the game, there was some kind of miscommunication causing him to not go in the game for Merkin. This ended up being a blessing in disguise, as Merkin went on to hit a 3-pointer the next possession, putting the Macs up by 2, and a minute later hit another 3-pointer to put them up by 5 with just a minute and a half left to play. This eventually led to the Macs winning against the University of Rochester by a score of 70-63. Just adding a little bit of luck into their historic win streak. Thanks, guys. Back to the booth.
Thank you, SJ. We'll reset it for you. Just under 6 minutes to play. Max by 5. Bryce Bristow at the free throw line for 2. He connects on the second. Just a 4-point Maccabees lead. Terrell controls. Goes corner for Markovic. Gabe Leichter will now drive, but he gives her Terrell, but Walsh, good defense, knocks it out of bounds. Good defense from Blaine McDonough. He takes it away off the inbound. Don't see that very often.
Yeah, Blaine McDonough, man, that guy could be a problem. Got a lot of size.
Booker feeling it from the outside.
Yeah, really nice shot from Booker, getting USMMA right within 1 point of this Max team.
Terrell underneath, back to Markovic. A little back and forth, a little catch. Terrell, the turnaround J.
Yeah, really nice play by Ryan Terrell. He's pretty much money from that location on the court.
Bristow gives for Green. Back inside, McDonough flying in there, converts the layup.
Boy, Blaine McDonough getting started here.
Terrell doesn't see Walsh on the pass.
Yeah, very sloppy there. 2 straight turnovers from Terrell.
McDonough back underneath, can't get that one to go. Would have given the Mariners the lead. Leichter underneath. I'm assuming that's going to be a jump ball. Yeah, my guess was correct. As when both players get a hand on the ball in the air, that'll be a jump. Walsh guarded by Halpert. Back to Walsh, downstairs McDonough. That's been the game plan. And we're going to get a foul as McDonough will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, we're seeing Zach Muller getting some action for this Max team, the LA native.
Yeah, Muller, the 5'10 sophomore from California. As McDonough can't connect on the first, he'll look to tie it up on this second.
Boy, this is just where USMMA wanted to be at this juncture in the game, only down by 1. And I'm sure Coach Steinmetz will not go into the locker room with a happy attitude.
Yeah, in the last 6 minutes, the Macs have scored just 5 points. We know they have one of the most efficient offenses in the country, and the Mariners doing a good job defensively to put an end to that. Halpert for Terrell. Up top for Leichter. Goes all the way around. We're going to get an illegal screen, it looks like, on Muller, his second.
Yeah, Muller with rookie jitters, it looks like, a little early on here.
Yeah, he hasn't played much, getting his feet wet on the D3 level.
Take this opportunity, wish everyone early happy Purim on Friday. Usually we get to hear some Misha Nichnas Adar chants in here. Sadly, not this year, but hopefully soon in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
Muller pulls down his rebound, his first rebound, might I add, of his career. As it goes to the corner, Markovic, a three, no good. And ripped down by Bristow.
Yeah, Bristow showing that game against Army was no fluke. They only had freshmen and seniors in that game, but that was no anomaly.
McDonough can't get it to go, but he'll go back to the line. 16th foul against the Maccabees.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'll expand a little bit on what I was just saying, how the last game when USMMA played Army, they were without their juniors and sophomores. Why? Coach Pryor spoke to us about service time and being out at sea for these Mariner players. So that was their turn. It was their turn to be on duty, I guess, for that game, and therefore we saw the freshmen and seniors playing.
Yeah, Coach Rob Pryor, he gave us a little insight as to what it's like in scheduling games around times where they, have to be on campus and not training, whether it's, at sea or other places. And, the discipline level that it takes, and it's showing here on the court. We got a tie game with 2:54 to play in the first half. As Ryan Terrell can't get it to go, and the Mariners will have an opportunity to take the lead. Adi Markovic goes downstairs to Gabe Leifer. Gabe Leifer, big boy move on the interior.
Yeah, and obviously a nice play there, obviously a nice finish, but that's not what the Macs want to see. They have a lot of guys congested there in the middle. They want more people on the outside. They want to give Gabe Leifer less bodies to have to deal with.
Markovic ends up with the steal. Nice find, almost a nice find for Ayden Halper, but it's taken away.
Yeah, too many errant passes from this Macs team.
Bristow, the scoop layup. We're tied once again with 1:50 to play.
Seeing shades of this Rochester game. Be very close at the half.
Zucker, nice find for Leifer. He'll take it in, goes up strong, and converts on the inside once again.
Yeah, just like I was saying before, what the Macs, it doesn't seem like what they want is Zucker to be so close down there when Gabe's cutting. They want very few bodies in the middle and Gabe not to have so much trouble getting to the net. Nice steal there from Ryan.
Yeah, an intentional foul from James Walsh. Only the 16th foul against the Mariners, so it'll be side out for the Maccabees. We're going to get a 30-second timeout from Coach Steinmetz.
Hey Max fans, it's Joseph Gittler, class of '96 at YU and founder and chairman of Leket Israel. A great way to help the needy in Israel this year for Purim is by purchasing our Leket E or print Purim cards, and also by donating funds to Leket for use on Purim Day as your matanot le'evyonim. Go Max!
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. I'm Yehoshua Segal, joined by David Schwartzman. David Schwartzman, 2-point game, 123. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Max style has been more towards what they want. They're not getting the results they want. On the other side, USMMA putting up quite the defensive game tonight, playing their famous 2-3. And, this is the kind of result that Coach Pryor wanted heading into halftime.
Terrell guarded by Booker. Goes up top to Leifer. Stolen by the lengthy Booker as they were trying to force it into Terrell.
Gosh, you got to think that Coach Steinmetz at halftime is going to be livid about the types of passes that this team's been making.
Jake Hatch back into the ball game for Merchant Marine. McDonough will take it himself, goes to the corner. And the three is good for Gavin Green. USMMA back in front.
Boy, you would have told me that USMA would be leading at the half. I would have said, good job, Mariners.
Gabe Leichter rejected by Blaine McDonough.
They'll have time for a play now.
And the foul's given by Adi Markovic, and that's going to send McDonough to the line for a 1-and-1. Sammy Merkin going to pop off the bench. He'll check in, replace Markovic.
Yeah, you could theorize whatever you want about the reason why the Macs are playing like this, or they did on Sunday. Clearly, Ofek Reef not playing has played a crucial part of that.
.21 seconds remaining as McDonough connects on the front end of the 1-and-1. Misses on the second, Mariners by 2. Shot clock turned off as Eitan Halpert will handle the ball. Gives for Zucker. 10 seconds left, goes over to Merkin, now Terrell. Clock winding down, Terrell takes it himself, goes up strong, gets it to go, tie game. With 2 seconds left, maybe a last second heave. Good if it goes, and that'll do it. 31-31 is your halftime show. It's your halftime score, and the halftime show coming up after these messages.
When I was in 9th grade, someone told me to give up on ball. He told me, basketball will only take you so far in life. You're not going to make it to the NBA, he said. What he was missing is that making it to the NBA isn't the only reason why we play. The game of basketball leaves you with so much more than just the game itself. The life lessons and friendships that are made while playing the game will outlive the game and can last a lifetime.
Hey Max fans, it's Joseph Gittler, class of '96 at YU and founder and chairman of Leket Israel. A great way to help the needy in Israel this year for Purim is by purchasing our Leket E or print Purim cards, and also by donating funds to Leket for use on Purim Day as your matanot le'evyonim. Go Max!
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch, like really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together.
My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines. The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
At the PMR Center, we strive to find the right physical therapy and hand therapy program for you. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
For Kennedy, but take it back by Leichter. Give it to Terrell. Terrell! It's Roey and Terrell, 2 more!
Hi, I'm Michael Aloni. Thousands of Israeli families are struggling now more than ever. Leichter Israel is distributing cooked food to people throughout the country to ensure that everyone's plates are full this holiday season. So donate now to provide hot meals for Israelis in need.
You are now listening to the Yeshiva Pass Tip-Off.
You don't really understand what the name's about, you're probably in the wrong place.
Tell me all the pressure's on. Pressure's a privilege.
Whoever decided to put brisket and whatever this sauce is on
Yeah,
fries,
I keep looking at that one. That's the only one that I actually kind of want to sit here and try.
tremendous.
Did you know that 90% of low back pain and sciatica can be treated without surgery? After a detailed evaluation, our physical therapists use gentle, hands-on techniques to alleviate most forms of low back pain. Our physicians have expertise in medication management, as well as a variety of interventional techniques, including trigger point injections. By utilizing a combination of these options, we can help you today. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
When I was in 9th grade, someone told me to give up on ball. He told me, basketball will only take you so far in life. You're not going to make it to the NBA, he said. What he was missing is that making it to the NBA isn't the only reason why we play. The game of basketball leaves you with so much more than just the game itself. The life lessons and friendships that are made while playing the game will outlive the game and can last a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Michael Aloni. Thousands of Israeli families are struggling now more than ever. Leichter Israel is distributing cooked food to people throughout the country to ensure that everyone's plates are full this holiday season. So donate now to provide hot meals for Israelis in need.
For Kennedy, but take it back by Leichter. Give it to Terrell. Terrell! It's Roey and Terrell, 2 more!
Did you know that 90% of low back pain and sciatica can be treated without surgery? After a detailed evaluation, our physical therapists use gentle, hands-on techniques to alleviate most forms of low back pain. Our physicians have expertise in medication management, as well as a variety of interventional techniques, including trigger point injections. By utilizing a combination of these options, we can help you today. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
You are now listening to the Yeshiva League Pass Tip-Off.
You don't really understand what the name's about. You're probably in the wrong place.
Tell me all the pressure's on. Pressure's a privilege.
Whoever decided to put brisket and whatever this sauce is on
Yeah,
fries,
I keep looking at that one. That's the only one that I actually kind of want to sit here and try.
tremendous.
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Since its inception in 1986, the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Whether you want to get back to playing sports again or simply walk around pain-free, the PMR Center is here for you. We'll help you feel like yourself again. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
And welcome back in to the Max Stern Athletic Center. It's the halftime show. We got a score of 31-31, as you see on the Leket Israel halftime stats. Halftime stats are brought to you by Leket Israel. Leket Israel, rescuing nutritious surplus food for Israelis in need. I'm Yehoshua Segal, joined by longtime colleague David Schwartzman. David Schwartzman, what did we see in the first half?
There are things I liked and things I didn't like. I'll start with the things I didn't like because there are probably a little bit more of those. 9 turnovers in the first half. That's for the Max. That's just not going to lead to much success. And you see, it's a tie game, 31-31. So that makes a lot of sense. 2 for 11 from 3-point, and that's also just not going to work. Another thing I saw, I pointed out in the first half, clogging up the middle. Not what this team wants to do. They want to leave that middle empty. If there's going to be guys cutting backcourt on the backside, that's fine. But moreover, I was speaking to Ofek Reef just during the half. He said we need to have a better job of composure and a little bit more energy. And it seems like there was a little bit of lack of energy from those guys. On the other hand, the Mariners over here are giving the Max a little bit of a run for their money. I'm loving what I'm seeing from these new from Brisboe and from Knicks. A lot of athleticism and a couple of key plays. McDonough down low, he was able to use his body to get up a couple of times, and obviously James Walsh, 13 points last year per game, showing why he's the star of this team.
Yeah, we talked about the Mariners' toughness. They've done it all, and they kind of caught fire from deep late in the first half, which is essentially what helped them come back from a decent deficit. Probably about 10, 11 points, 12 at even that point. But with that being said, to speak about a little bit more of the toughness and what the Merchant Marines go through on a daily basis, along with what guys from Yeshiva on the Yeshiva side of the ball, what they go through on a daily basis. Let's send it over to our sideline reporter, S.J. Tannenbaum.
Hello again, Max fans. As you see, the Max are playing tonight against the United States Merchant Marine Academy. And if you thought I said Marine in their name, you would be correct. You see, I have a copy here of a schedule, an average day in the life of any of these students who go to the United States Merchant Marine Academy. Listen to how grueling and taxing their schedule is. 6 a.m., that's when they wake up and they work for certain companies they're assigned to. Because many of these students, after they graduate from the Merchant Marine Academy, they go on to work in the maritime industry. Some of them go into one of the branches of the armed forces. 6 a.m. wake up, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. is when these young students attend their classes, typically taking between 18 to 21 credit hours. They are limited to 2-hour practices strictly between 5 to 7 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. And because they are limited to only 2-hour practices, they have to use those practices as efficiently as possible. However, at Yeshiva University, our students are no slouches. To give you an example, listen to this schedule submitted by Max star Gabe Leichter. Gabe wakes up at 5:45. You heard that correctly. 5:45 in the morning is wake up for Gabe. He takes the subway to his morning practice, prays to the Lord, He takes the subway back to his apartment, learns some Torah, does some studying, and only after all of that does he just begin taking his classes for the day. Both students from both schools tonight, Yeshiva University and the United States Merchant Marine Academy, are extremely hard workers, have extremely strong work ethics, as you can see clearly by the game tonight. As you see, the score is tied 31-31. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, SJ. And obviously a lot of appreciation from us, the fans of these two teams. When these two teams meet, there's a little bit more something to it. You have two teams really working hard from the second they wake up till the second they go to sleep. Grueling schedules. I don't want to say that the Max schedule is nearly as tough as USMMA, but last year Connor Green, senior on this team, had a lot of minutes. Right now, I asked Coach Pryor, what's he up to now? After we heard about this grueling schedule of theirs and the fact that they have to go to service time when they're done. So he said Connor Green's currently in Navy SEAL training. How awesome is that?
Very, very cool. And to sit here almost humbled in front of them, as we are right now sitting across from them. But, let's set the scene for the second half. 31-31, 20 minutes to play. Yeshiva's 32-game win streak essentially on the line right now. Let's see what happens as Yeshiva controls. It'll be Eitan Halpert controlling. Leichter for Terrell. Back over to Halpert. Now up top for Markovic. Markovic struggles from three in the first half. And now Terrell goes cross court. Gabe Leichter, corner, triple, no good. Rebounded by James Walsh.
Yeah, you want to see Leichter hit that, especially as open as he was in the corner there.
McDonough for Walsh. Now it's Bucher. Bristow to Walsh. A lot of passing. The Marines taking a page out of the Maccabees playbook. Is James Walsh, the underhand scoop. It's good.
Yeah, we spoke about tempo before the game. 13 seconds on that was the average play for USMMA in the first half of this game. When we said last year the key to their closer game in the quarterfinals was a higher tempo, so we're seeing a little bit of that early on.
Markovic can't connect on the three. And Bristow's running from the Merchant Marine. Over to McDonough. Now it's Bucher. Inside to Bristow, guarded by Halpert. It's a mismatch. And now taken away by Terrell. Terrell's got a couple defenders, goes up strong, doesn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for a chance at two.
Yeah, a little scary there. That's the same spot that Terrell got hurt last year in I believe the last game of the regular season. So seeing Terrell go down over there brings back some bad memories, but looks like he's just fine on that fall.
Terrell looking to tie it up for the Maccabees. As he connects on the first. 16 points for Ryan Terrell. He's been Yeshiva's leading scorer all season, all of last season. And he's showing you why. Give him 17.
Yeah, averaging 27, as I said before, averaged 27 points per game. A lot consider him to be the best player in Division III so far this season. He's looking the part.
McDonough for Bucher. Back over to McDonough. Lots of back and forth. McDonough gets it underneath, goes up, reverse layup, can't get it to go, and Gabe Leichter comes away with it.
Yeah, I mean, getting really down the bare minimum for what this Max team needs to do. Nice play there.
Bristow going up high to reject Zucker. And on the other end, McDonough, the nice layup.
Yeah, I mean, you got McDonough up against Markovic. That's a tough matchup for Markovic, and Blaine McDonough exposing him down low.
Zucker for Markovic. Over to Leichter, inside to Zucker. Corner for Halpert. Ring around the rosy, I'll say it again. Nice find, Markovic to Zucker in the low post.
Yeah, that's textbook what Coach Steinmetz wants out of these guys. You saw Zucker, backdoor cut. That's exactly what they want D. Markovic to find him right underneath the hoop and an easy lay-in.
Walsh thinks about it. He'll drive it himself, goes up, and he's got Bristow wide open for three. No good, and taken by Leichter. Leichter up top to Zucker. Zucker counted and the foul.
And now you're seeing Zucker kind of get a little bit of that rust off of him. I love that hesitation there, drawing the foul, getting the and one. Beautiful play by Zucker.
Yeah, he's been finishing all around the rim tonight. As Jake Hatch will replace Bryce Bristow.
And offensive rebounds are a big part of this Max team as Zucker hits over there. And Gabe Leichter is usually a big part of that. 0 last game and 0 this game. So that's, Gabe's usually at the line taking free throws. He's not been fouled nearly as much as he usually is in a normal season.
McDonough, a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the jump, the skyhook.
A little throwback there from our good friend Segal.
Leichter takes the baseline, goes up strong, can't finish, hits it in, taps his own miss. Give him 2.
On cue, getting his own rebound, getting that offensive board. That's exactly one. That is one of the keys, truly, for this Max team.
Booker for Hatch.
I'm glad I was able to speak Gabe out of his little offensive rebound drought.
That's what we do up here in the booth.
Well, now we're down here. New location this season.
A nice drive. James Walsh can't finish. As Zucker takes, it'll be Markovic. Cross court for Halpert. Season opening, takes it, can't finish, but Zucker, another offensive rebound.
I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but yeah, that's Gabe Leichter getting fouled down there is really it's the type of game that we normally see out of these Max. We didn't see it the first half today and last game, and now it looks like we're seeing a little bit more of it. They're up by 3.
Announcers get a lot of slack for the announcer's jinx. But I guess in the same vein, this is the same thing, just the other way around.
I think Gabe should buy me a drink tonight.
We'll let him know after the game.
Just want to say before, as I mentioned,
we're going to send it to a quick commercial break. We'll get back to you right after this.
Hi, I'm Michael Aloni. Thousands of Israeli families are struggling now more than ever. Leichter Israel is distributing cooked food to people throughout the country to ensure that everyone's plates are full this holiday season. So donate now to provide hot meals for Israelis in need.
Did you know that 90% of low back pain and sciatica can be treated without surgery? After a detailed evaluation, our physical therapists use gentle, hands-on techniques to alleviate most forms of low back pain. Our physicians have expertise in medication management, as well as a variety of interventional techniques, including trigger point injections. By utilizing a combination of these options, we can help you today. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
And welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. 15:48 to go in the ball game. Max by 4. Gabe Leichter will be at the line for 2.
Yeah, and I do deserve a little credit, as you said before we went to break. I think I broke Gabe's little drought there.
I think they have 3 offensive rebounds since you mentioned it as a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of game that they want to play, and and everybody wants to play that game, but it's the type of game that they're used to playing. And that being said, missing free throw misses have also been a big part the last game and a half, and then you see it there that a lot of missed opportunities over there.
Yeah, these are basic fundamentals that need to get cleaned up. As Halpert for Terrell, nice finish.
Jack Terrell pointing out that Ryan's hair might be the reason for a little bit of a sloppy play. Not looking like it there.
Yeah, taking a page out of Ofek Reef's playbook with that hairdo.
Soon we're going to see Gabe with some luscious locks.
Taken away from Gabe Leichter as Yeshiva looks to extend their lead. Eitan Halpert, the 3. No good, and rebounded by Merchant Marine.
Yeah, that's a costly travel, especially as they kept this game. They're leading at points, but down by 6. That's tough. That's a tough momentum switch for that squad.
Yeah, halftime adjustments look like Coach Steinmetz did a good job. As Leichter surveying his options, holding the ball for a while. Very uncharacteristic as Ryan Terrell, the 3, he buries it.
I mean, it's as easy as saying Ryan Terrell gets going, the team gets going. It's just as simple as that.
Top of the key, 3, no good for Bucher, rebounded by Eitan Halpert. He's off and running. Couple of moves, gives for Leichter. They'll reset, waiting for Zucker to get down the court. Up top for Terrell and taken away by Walsh. Nellums is running. Gives for Walsh. Walsh, the hard drive underneath, scoop.
Yeah, and that's Walsh's calling card. He sees a little bit of extra room there, and he's going to take it in, and he's going to more often than not hit it.
Yeah, very quick first step we've seen from James Walsh. Eitan Halper will try another. No good.
Yeah, just when it looked like the Max might be pulling away a little bit. Merchant Marine with some momentum.
Bucher playing a little back and forth game with McDonough. Goes to the corner. It's Nellums. It's a 3, and it's off the mark. As Gabe Leichter, another rebound.
Yeah, I want to see Blaine McDonough on that matchup against Zucker try to take it in a little more. He's got a little size on him. I would love to see McDonough post up and try to take it in on the smaller man Zucker.
Markovich, nice find underneath. Gabe Leichter with the finish, and Coach Steinmetz takes a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that's what Coach Steinmetz is looking for. Just as I said, finding those guys cutting back door. Gabe wide open underneath. Zucker with the wherewithal to send it over to him. And, I mean, Gabe's pretty much money from down low.
And a quick message from YU Athletics. As you start your college journey, make sure you visit us online to check out all the great virtual events and opportunities we have for YU students and how you, too, can be a Maccabee. Max up by 9, just under 13 minutes to play in the second half. The win streak extending to 33 is the goal for tonight. We'll see you back here Saturday night, Motzei Shabbos, as Yeshiva University takes on St. Joe's.
I'm calling this the Purim weekend, Purim Bash. We got games. Saturday night, Sunday, St. Joe's. That's a little bit of a special game. I'm excited to call that game with you again.
Yeah, we'll be back here as Hatch goes into the coop, and we'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, possibly seeing Coach Calhoun here Saturday night of the Huskies fame.
Yeah, it's an exciting matchup. We'll get you set for that. Our team at Max Live will make sure to get you a what exactly do we call it? A game day preview would be the word. It'll be out, I'm assuming, sometime on Friday, maybe right after sunset on Saturday night. But they'll get it to you as they always do. And this is a perfect opportunity to thank our executive producer, Akiva Poppers, our associate producer, Ari Schopf and Roey Herzfeld, our director, Shimmy Socol, our technical director, Aaron Traurig, and, of course, our cameraman, who has done such a remarkable job, Ari Leichter, Ezra Baynash, Benji Zukerman, and Ayden Stone.
Yeah, I just want to build off that a little bit. I want to speak for 1 second because I was very involved in the Max Live expansion project, and I have a lot of thanks to give to not only Akiva Poppers, who did obviously a fantastic job putting this entire thing together, the countless hours that he put together, also Justin Safier, an old friend of ours who's graciously come and helped us out, but also to Morty Leifer and to Lance Hurd and to Lior Hode, 3 people that really believed in what we were doing. As Morty Leifer's probably really proud of his son right there for hitting that nice 3 from downtown. But again, yeah, huge thanks to those guys. Huge thanks to everybody. It wouldn't have been possible without them. And I hope everyone at home enjoys what we're able to bring out for you.
Yeah, that's the voice of former President David Schwartzman, who was so impactful and making so many great strides as part of this Max Live program. Max by 12, just under 12 minutes to play. Shot clock winding down. Nellum's the rainbow three goes down.
I mean, even Ryan Terrell smiling there. That, talk about momentum killer. And YU had a nice double-digit lead. But that, with seconds going down on the shot clock, that's really going to kill you.
Terrell behind the back. Too much to handle as it goes off the feet of Gabriel Leichter.
Yeah, first half seemed like even more than those 9 turnovers we spoke about. But some errant passing and some bad decisions have led to just a few too many TOs for this Max team.
Isaiah Nix back into the ball game for the Mariners. Nellum's corner for Hatch. The three, no good for Gavin Green, as Leichter runs the point for Yeshiva. Markovich, cross court, corner for Leichter. Nice cut from Ryan Terrell and the nice lay-in off the feed from Gabe Leichter.
I mean, we've seen that play countless times tonight, and Ryan just does not miss that cut and that touch assist from Gabe. That is just textbook YU motion offense. Max fans trying to get bench trying to get some defense chance going, as it's obviously a little tough for this squad to play without the energy that the Max fans bring, especially this time of year.
Leichter for Terrell, and we're going to get an offensive screen. It'll go against Batesh, who we haven't seen so much tonight, but he's played a nice role in the first few games of the season.
Yeah, Batesh, the Queens native, Queens, New York. We don't see too many New Yorkers on the squad, so it's nice to see. Former classmate of mine. He's a bit younger than me, but we attended the same high school, so it's always good to see some Hurricanes on the court. And obviously Coach Steinmetz, who I guess broke the barrier for us with Benji Ritholtz just a few years ago.
Right, we're referring to the Hank Hurricanes,
sure,
for those who don't know.
Yes. Should have clarified, the Hank Hurricanes.
Nellums tries another one, can't get that one to go. And out of bounds off of Bristow, Maccabees control.
Yeah, and we're seeing a little bit of what happened in those Manhattanville games. Close game for the first about half and halfway through the second half, and then a little bit of pulling away from the Maccabees.
Terrell thinks about it, drives, corner, Halpert, nice pump fake, now goes back to Terrell. He'll drive it, pull up, pop, no good.
Yeah, Ryan hasn't taken so many shots from that far away. He's done a lot of cutting and a lot of layups, just as I was saying, backdoor cuts. But he hasn't taken so many shots and has not been so good from far away.
Bristow, the hard drive. He'll get a foul. I think they're going to say before the shot. Inbound will come from underneath the hoop. As lots of changes coming in for the Mariners. We'll see Booker back in the game. We'll see James Walsh check back in as well.
I'm hoping we get to see Booker and Boker in the game at the same time. That'll be quite a tongue twister.
Yeah, it might get a job confusing as Bristow picks it up for Merchant Marine.
Ryan's foot getting in the way there of Bristow's dribble.
Booker guarded by Zucker. The turnaround jumper, nice looking shot from Jack Booker. Batesh downstairs for Leichter. Cross court to Terrell. And they're going to get Zucker on an illegal screen once again.
Yeah. I mean, that's coming from lack of experience on this level and a quicker pace. That's what that's going to lead to, those missed screens. We saw that from guys like Ofek Reef earlier on in his first year last year, but seeing so many young guys out here, Batesh, Zucker, Markovic, we're bound to see those types of things happen.
Right, and the motion offense, a lot of screens come because of the motion offense. So, Yeshiva more likely to be penalized on more of those as Gavin Green knocks in the deuce. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see that so many moving screens that often as Terrell gets the nice offensive rebound.
And Halpert looked like he shuffled the feet, but they're going to get him to go to the line for 2 as Blaine McDonough picks up the personal.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we've seen so many bad screens through the last couple of years. Following this team over the last couple of years and seeing this offense develop, it doesn't seem that way. And it seems like over these last 2 games, we've seen that a bit more often. But it comes to no surprise. We're seeing guys that are just getting used to the system, aren't used to this quick motion offense, moving around, always moving. So there are going to be growing pains between Markovic, Zucker, and Batesh, and Altit. All these guys kind of getting used to the system. There are bound to be growing pains.
Halpert splits the pair. Yeshiva by 8, 8:20 to play. Terrell almost comes away with it as Hatch goes up top for Walsh. Walsh, the running floater. I mean, he shoots everything underneath, and it goes in every time.
Yeah, and Walsh doesn't have so much size on pretty much, anyone on this Max team, but he finds the right space and the right place to put up the shot, and he's money from about 3 feet from the hoop.
Yeah, and especially the underhand as Batesh connects on the triple.
And Batesh, but this guy, Batesh, his calling card is the three-pointer. He is money, one of the best shots. Gabe Leichter, I spoke to him earlier on this season, said one of the best shots he's ever seen. That will be huge for this Max team. That wasn't so good from 3 earlier on in this game.
Yeah, he's a 3-and-D specialist, as they call it, as Walsh again drives the lane, and Halpert comes away with it. Halpert, shakes the defender. And Gabe Leichter comes up with it. He'll go in strong, puts it up, gets his own miss, goes up again, can't get it to go, gets his own miss once again, and finally puts it home. Strong effort on the interior from Gabe Leichter.
Yeah, it's always fun when we see those 3-4 rebound sequences from Gabe on those offensive boards. But again, we've seen that now 3-4 times in the second half. Gabe taking it in. Even if he misses, he's pretty much guaranteed to get that rebound.
Walsh, top of the key, 3, and rebounded by Zucker. Maccabees with an opportunity to extend this game.
Yeah, tough play there from Zucker. Just took his eyes off the ball at the end of that play and couldn't corral it.
Max by 11, 6:43 to play. Mariners control. Walsh will try another from the baseline and gets that one to go. It's a single-digit lead once again for the Max.
Yeah, just as I said before, the Max trying to pull away, but the Mariners giving them a run for their money.
Zucker fighting for positioning. Ryan Terrell, it's a 3, and it's good.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Terrell, I criticized him a little bit before about lack of getting that shot going from deeper than just cutting down low. But that didn't look like anything was off there. And we will head to commercial. See you right after this.
Hey Max fans, it's Joseph Gittler, class of '96 at YU and founder and chairman of Leichter Israel. A great way to help the needy in Israel this year for Purim is by purchasing our Leket E or print Purim cards, and also by donating funds to Leket for use on Purim Day as your matanot le'evyonim. Go Max!
And welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center on this beautiful Wednesday night. I must say, it was great weather out today. Maccabees lead by 12, 6:07 to play, looking to extend their win streak, get to 33 in a row, dating back to game number 2 of last season.
Yeah, and the story so far this game has been Gabe Leichter making his resurgence. Not that he wasn't playing well the first couple of games, but the last couple of seasons, what we've seen is Gabe having a good game here, Ryan having a good game here. Tonight, Gabe's night, 16 points, 7 assists. But the thing that really hits home with me is those 4 offensive rebounds we spoke about just alone in the second half. That's part of the explanation of why they're up by 12 at this juncture.
Bristow to Walsh. Back up top to Bristow. Good defense. Walsh to 3. He's got it. Walsh has caught fire.
Yeah, Walsh isn't having any of this. He's not going to go away without a fight.
Ayden Halpert the answer.
Yeah, that's that tempo we were speaking about before. The question on one side, the answer on the other. And Ayden Halpert, a lot of people say his shot's very underappreciated. He showed why there.
McDonough for Bristow. He'll take it, draws 2 defenders, and he'll go to the line for a chance to make it a 10-point game. 5th foul against the Max, 4 against the Marines.
Yeah, and Gabe's dominance tonight really coming at no surprise. Lifetime against the Mariners, 5-0. Averaging 20.6 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game. So he is not a stranger to performing well against this U.S. MMA squad.
0 for 2 from the line. 5 minutes to play. Gabe Leichter with the handle. Give and go with Zucker as Gabe Leichter gets whacked. He'll go to the line for 2. Can't connect on the first as the free throw struggles continue for the Max.
Yeah, and at the very least, if you want to look at a half-glass full mentality here, there might be no fans, but there's no chirping from the fans at the free throw line. I'm sure that helps out the guys who are taking foul shots.
Max by 13, under 5 minutes to play. Walsh, a one-man wrecking crew right now, is Bristow high flying, and they're going to get him for an offensive as Matan Zucker sacrifices his body.
Spoken about it before, Bristow, he is a nice new piece for this U.S. MMA team, showing his athleticism there, but a nice heads-up play from Ayden Halpert, and it will be Max ball. They're up by 13, trying to pull away here with 4:30 left to play.
Leichter on the inside. Give and go for Zucker, goes up strong, but Bristow comes down with it. Walsh controls for the Mariners. He'll take it hard, underhand layup. I sound like a broken record.
I mean, it's just remarkable. This guy, James Walsh, again, averaged 13 last year, and he's showing you why. He can take it and create space. It always seems like he's got a little extra room.
Bodies flying everywhere, ball loose, and it's going to stay with the Maccabees. Inbound goes for Halpert. Batesh, the three, and it's good.
Yeah, just like I said before, they get Orem Batesh going. It's going to be hard to stop him. He's 2 for 2 from downtown tonight. There is a lot of potential from number 0 at the max.
Yeah, showing that promise here down the stretch. YU by 14. McDonough guarded by Zucker. Booker goes up in traffic, and they're going to get him for a charge as Matan Zucker ends up on his backside once again.
Yeah, and obviously the Max not playing their best game tonight by any stretch, but you love to see those small, grindy plays from this Max team. And we the offensive fouls are key so far tonight, leading to a lot of turnover plays that the Max have been able to convert into points, resulting in their current 14-point lead.
Leichter controls. Trying to get into Terrell, but I think they're going to say they're going to call 5 seconds on Gabe Leichter. If you hold the ball with a defender on you for that time, it becomes a turnover. Walsh calling for help, tries going back door, but better defense from Ryan Terrell. As he finds Halpert filling the lane, reverse layup for Eitan Halpert.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of his bag of tricks. He's really nifty around the hoop.
McDonough tries to answer, can't get it to go, and this game's out of hand as McDonough hits the deck. Gabe Leichter, corner 3, dagger. Yeshiva has jumped out to a 19-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play. It's just about over.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing just that type of game that we saw in those Manhattanville games just a couple weeks ago, where it was a little too close for comfort in the first half, plus just a little bit into the second half. But this Max team showing the resiliency. And I love what I'm seeing from this US MMA team. Bristow's been just all over the place. So has Nix, showing that athleticism. Walsh, showing he can get to the hoop. It seems like when Walsh takes the ball in, it's like the splitting of the Red Sea. It just seems like there's just more space than there should be. And that's a testament to that first step, like you mentioned before, being able to fake with his head and fake one way and go the other. But James Walsh, who doesn't have size on too many players, has done a really nice job making his way to the hoop, or being able to, he has a couple of threes also this game. So it's been really impressive what I've seen out of this US MMA team. Clearly a lot of fight for these Mariners.
Yeah, to say the least, please stay tuned for our post-game show. We have a special interview with Gabe Leichter coming up. Very excited to have him on the air. 2:24 to play, Max by 19. As McDonough walks off under his own power, he looks good. And waiting to get things reset here. We just want to remind you that YU Athletics, as you start your college journey, make sure you visit us online to check out all the great virtual events and opportunities we have for YU students and how you too can be a Maccabee. Walsh controls for the Mariners. Bristow for Nix. Good defense from Ryan Terrell as he clogs the middle. Booker tries a 3, can't connect, and it leaks out to Halpert. Batesh, will he hit a third? No, he won't. But on the closeout, looked like Gavin Green got a piece of Eitan Halpert. They're going to get Walsh on the personal, and Eitan Halpert will head to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, but Tesh smiling a little bit. Not going to count towards his three-point percentage.
Yeah, best of both worlds. as Eitan Halpert looks to make it a 20-point ball game. Can't do that, but Zucker takes it away over the head of Nix. And now Halpert, nice find underneath for Leichter. Ryan Terrell, it's a three.
Man, that was right. That was right in our direct line, our eyesight there. And I do not get how Ryan Terrell got that off. He had a man in his face, but he got that three to go. And Max are sitting pretty here, up 22.
Walsh for Green, good defense once again from the Maccabees. It's a foul. It's going to go against Gabe Leichter. That's Yeshiva's 6th. And a full load of changes here for the Maccabees, as we'll see Jasper Newman, I believe, for the first time this season. We'll see Ryan Boker. Zach Muller checks back in. And they're joined by Arad Mishkal and Judah Oppenheimer.
Yeah, the unit that just went off enjoyed a nice 46-24 run for the second half.
And some of these guys we don't get to see play so often, so let's see what they could do with about a minute left to play. As Walsh goes up strong, underhand scoop. Count the bucket for James Walsh.
Yeah, Walsh was pretty much automatic from that location. Oppenheimer trying to contest that shot, but to no avail.
Walsh can't finish the three-point play as Muller comes down with the rebound. Oppenheimer, we know he has unlimited range. Let's see if he tries to show it off here. Oppenheimer downstairs for Newman, taken away by Booker. Goes to the corner. Green can't connect on the triple, and Oppenheimer controls. About a 2-second differential game clock, shot clock. Let's see if the Max even get a shot off here. Yes, they will. It's Muller to 3, but they're going to get Oppenheimer on the illegal screen. Shot clock turned off, under 20 seconds to play. Yeshiva by 20. And Oppenheimer the foul, and that means Walsh will go back to the line for a 1-and-1.
Oppenheimer a little aggressive there. Not where coach wanted him to pick up his guy. Oppenheimer, another New York native.
You might have seen him on Max Live at Sarachek a couple years ago when he played for SAR. As he'll control Yeshiva by 19, and that'll do it. Your final score, Max 77, Merchant Marine 58. Stay tuned for the post-game show right after these messages.
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch. Like, really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together.
My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines.
The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
You are now listening to the Yeshiva League Pass Tip-Off.
you don't really understand what the name's about, you're probably in the wrong place.
Tell me all the pressure's on. Pressure's a privilege.
Whoever decided to put brisket and whatever this sauce is on
Yeah,
fries,
I keep looking at that one. That's the only one that I actually kind of want to sit here and try.
tremendous.
At the PMR Center, we strive to find the right physical therapy and hand therapy program for you. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
For Kennedy, but take it back by Leichter. Given to Terrell. Terrell! Dips Roey, Terrell, 2 more!
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch. Like, really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together.
My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines.
The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
And welcome back to the post-game show. Once again, I'm Yehoshua Segal, joined by David Schwartzman as Yeshiva extends their win streak to 33 in a row. David Schwartzman, how'd they get it done?
Yeah, I mean, the storyline tonight was pretty simple. Gabe Leichter did what he does. 20 points, 16 rebounds. So seeing that type of production and a recipe that we saw lead to success in the last couple of years was really probably the main thing that led to the Max dominant win tonight over the Mariners.
Right, we saw first half. It was tied at halftime, but all of a sudden, Yeshiva dominates the second half. What was different between the first half and the second half?
I think smarter decision making. So we saw 9 turnovers in the first half, and a little bit less of those bad passes through bodies in the second half. And not just that, but we saw a couple more good backdoor cuts, a couple better screens. They were getting fouled a little less on those screens. So just I think, again, what we said in the pregame was going back to the basics. It seemed like it took about a half to get there, and then by the time the second half came around, they were able to get there.
Well, there you have it. Join us Saturday night, 8:30, as Yeshiva is back home against St. Joseph's. For David Schwartzman, S.J. Tannenbaum, Akiva Poppers, our whole crew, Ari Schopf, Roey Herzfeld, the director, Shimmy, Socol, Aaron Traurig, Cameraman, Ari Leichter, Ezra Baynash, Benji, Zukerman, and Ayden Stone. I'm Yehoshua Segal saying, have a good night.
Freilich Purim.